Our focus on this channel is primarily has to do with red pill, manosphere, passport bro type topics. When something like this happens, I think everyone wants to express their feelings. Something I do a lot of is reaction on TikTok, primarily to passport bros and other red pill manosphere type reactions, more specifically ladies who go on TikTok and express their views on those subjects. Like many, I have seen a lot of the reactions from the left coming mostly from TikTok, and they're pretty vile. They're kind of what you expect. So I got a few queued up. We're gonna go through a few. I don't know. I'm not my normal happy-go-lucky self on this one, but we'll go through them. We'll get their opinions. I'll give my thoughts, and we'll see how it goes. Let's just get into it. I don't really know what else to say. It's all been pretty vile and horrible. So let's see if we continue getting more vile and what you would expect, what we've come to expect, what we've grown to expect. Let's see what the ladies of TikTok have to say. And we're not just going to look at women. I think I did find a video of a guy as well, but let's just get into it and see what they have to say.
Yo, that's crazy.
So I've seen this one. So I just want to point out this little snicker at the beginning of the video. This is her watching the moment he got shot. This is her reaction. Now, I don't care who it is, and it could be the complete opposite, the person with the most complete opposite views from my own, and there's not in a million years I would ever have this reaction to someone getting assassinated like that. I mean, it's quite ridiculous. But here, watch this little snicker at the beginning again, and then we'll get through the video. I just wanted to point this out.
Yo, that's crazy. See, that's why you don't share your opinions in a giant crowd like that.
Never stop sharing your opinions.
That's why you shut your fucking mouth.
Don't.
That's why you
Don't
just
stop
don't
talking.
speak.
This is what they want.
That's why you don't speak unless you're right. That's why.
Who gets to dictate right from wrong? That's why we speak.
That's why
So
right's
others
right
can
and
see
wrong's
what's
wrong,
right and what's wrong.
and that's funny. But
It's not
I
funny.
didn't like what he
You're
said,
in the wrong.
and I didn't like his opinions.
So he deserved to
and
die, and it was funny.
I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
Okay.
Okay, that was funny. Ha ha ha! Very funny.
Vile. Absolute vile trash creatures. Why do you even have a cross behind you? This person pointed out with the cross behind her. That was one of the first things I noticed. She just messed up. And that's good. I hope we record this, make these people famous, let them know this is their opinions on such a vile and awful act. She's right. Yeah, you're a moron. Who is this diva? Yeah, everybody's pointing out the cross. She's not wrong, but she is. They couldn't beat him in a debate. They couldn't beat his energy. They couldn't beat his connection to the youth. They couldn't beat his movement. Even with him gone, they will never beat his legacy. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. We got it from here. Very well said. All right. This is a short one. I've pre-watched all these. I usually don't. I usually like to give a live reaction, but with emotions being where they are, this person, Gracie, has this little pride flag. I've noticed it's all the violence and most of the violence right now is coming from these groups. This is where it's coming from. We're done lying and pretending like all the violence is right-wing violence. The Stop Asian Hate, that was right-wing violence. Even after they found out who was doing the Asian hate crimes in the US, it was still considered right-wing violence because it was xenophobic. All right, let's hear this girl's reaction.
She passed away? Oh. All right. She passed away.
Vile. She doesn't really have anything to say. It's just a vile reaction. Soulless, lifeless eyes. Another one. Okay. Like, oh, we didn't want him to die. I've been seeing this a lot. We just don't care. We don't care about his death. She doesn't say anything. It's just her going on with her life without caring. Someone said he had a family. Doesn't matter about his views of the world. That's true. He had 2 young children. He was only 31 years old. Father, forgive them. They do not know. Yeah, that one was pretty useless. I hadn't watched all of this one, so we get a little bit of a blind reaction. Yay.
I heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
So, yeah. And this is why nobody will ever vote for another Democrat, so keep doing what you're doing, girlfriend. I mean, you kind of understand why so many people have shifted over to Trump and the right, because we're going to watch another reaction in a second. And I've seen this point in other places where people said, well, this is how you would react if it happened to someone on your side. No, because people on the right aren't going around and shooting people just for having other opinions. It's not happening that way. This type of violence only exists on the left. And I know you can get into, but actually, right wing violence is 90% worse than left wing violence. Bullshit. Anything that's considered xenophobic is considered right wing violence. The girl who was unalived in North Carolina, everyone knows that case. That's going to be considered right wing violence as well, because it's going to be considered xenophobia. It's how they classify this stuff. It's complete BS. It's designed to hide the truth, because that's all they have. That's all they have. All right, here's the guy. This is the last one we're going to react to. These have been going kind of long, and I'm going to try to keep these shorter moving forward in the future. And hopefully we can have more fun. I don't know. I really wanted to go through a couple of these. We all have seen the mashups of the main ones that everyone's seen. Those are vile. I wasn't going to show any of those. I just went through and found a few that we could just touch on real quickly, so that way we can document what these people are saying, what they believe, and get it out in the open. Yeah, it's good to document, and it's good to talk about this stuff. We're never going to stop talking, Charlie.
Oh my God, people are making fun of Charlie Kirk that he passed away. Fuck the left, fuck the liberals. They're making a joke out of this. You guys would do the fucking same thing if it happened to Kamala Harris. And I'm not.
But it's not going to. And Kamala is a politician. They tried to assassinate Trump twice. No one tried to assassinate Kamala. No one's going after prominent left-wing speakers. No one's trying to assassinate Destiny. Sure, he gets threats like everyone else does, and it's vile and it's so contentious. The examples we get of right-wing violence just don't equate. And most of left-wing violence, like the George Floyd riots, are completely ignored and not considered in the data we get. It's all lies, and that's all they have. I've said that a few times already. We're going to continue saying that because that's all they have.
Not even a fucking Democrat, and I don't even like Kamala Harris. So shut the fuck
No,
up.
we're not.
Oh my God, people.
That's all he had to say. He had nothing to say. I don't even know why I included him in this. I heard that point he made, and I've heard it so many times, that when someone on the right does this, you would act the same way. When? Show me one time that someone on the right has reacted this way when someone on the left passes. I mean, I'm sure there's few, you always have your exceptions, but that only begs to prove the rule. Yep, this is where we are. Hopefully we'll get back to more fun content. I'm still working on an original video. I kind of had to scrap what I was working on, so it may take me a little bit longer to get it out. But if you like my content, please consider giving me a like and subscribe. And I don't know. I felt like I felt like it was necessary to cover some of this and go through how leftist TikTok is reacting to the unfortunate and untimely death of Charlie Kirk.